Hi, my name's Tina Martinez, and I'm the instructor for Sociology 205. I want to go through the course with you so that you know how to work through it and to give you some hints on how to be successful. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the two books that you need for the course. And the first book that I'm going to show you is the book that is actually embedded in the course. It is a free online education book. And if you want to purchase it, you can. This is the hard copy at the bookstore. But each of the chapters are embedded in the course, and it will tell you which chapter to read, and all you need to do is click on the chapter. Okay, the other book that you will have to purchase, and this is a very inexpensive book, it's called a reader. It's Down-to-Earth Sociology. It's available via Amazon and also in the bookstore. This is the book that some of the quizzes come out of. I have quizzes in the course. They mostly come from this book, or they might come from an additional reading that is embedded in the course. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now so that you could look at the course with me. So that'll take just a second. Okay, so you should see the course, and I want to alert you to the announcements. These are very important. You need to subscribe to them so that anytime I communicate with the class, you know what I'm saying, because this will go directly to your email if it's subscribed. Otherwise, you need to check it whenever you come into the course, because this is the only way that I communicate with the course, with the class as a whole. Okay, then you'll come down here and you're going to do the Getting Started section, and the first thing you're going to want to do is to read the syllabus. So let's go to the syllabus right now and look at it. The syllabus has information that is important. Here's my name, how you reach me, that's my email. Notice that I do respond within 24 hours on weekdays and by noon on Monday if it's over the weekend. I generally do not look at the email after 5 p.m., so don't expect a response after 5 p.m. The textbooks are listed. As I mentioned, there are some readings that are embedded in the class. The next thing you need to know is there are video programs that are also embedded in the course, and I'm going to show you them in a few minutes. Here's an online orientation that you can take if you want to understand online classes, and my course description is here with the outcomes. Okay, then the next thing is it's going to tell you how I'm going to evaluate you. There are two things you need to do right away. One is read the syllabus and take the syllabus quiz, and also introduce yourself on the introductory forum. Both of these must be done by Wednesday at midnight during the first week of class. Okay? The course is divided into units, and I think the best way to explain that is to move to the course to look at them. But prior to doing that, I just want to roll down here and show you that here's your total points in the course. Here's my grading scale. I talk to you about incompletes, if those are necessary, and then I give you some other information about the course. I have the schedule here, and the due dates are listed on the schedule. The due dates are also listed in the calendar. Okay, so there's the due dates, and then further on I have my academic honesty statement, some of the other information you might want from the class, and if you do want a printable version of your syllabus, you can click here to get that. Okay, I'm going to go back to the course and walk you through how you should do the course. Okay, so we're back here. So again, there's the syllabus quiz, there's the form. If you just need the due dates, you can find them right here. Okay, so here's the main course. It's divided into units. There are 3 units, and each unit has a couple of lessons in them. So you'll see that, and then there's an exam, and then here's this next unit, and then an exam, and then the last unit. We'll be doing a picture project during the last unit, and I will explain that to you as the time gets closer. And then we have the final. The final is comprehensive and covers the whole term. So let me go back to one of the units in the beginning. So let's take this unit. This is lesson 2, the economy. So I'm going to go through how you do it. First, you're going to want to click on the page because it's going to give you all the explanation. It's going to tell you exactly what to do. So here it says read chapter 18. So you want to click on the chapter, and it's going to pull up, And as soon as it does, it should be set on the right chapter. You want to make sure it is, but it is. There it is, chapter 18. It has an introduction. And then the thing you want to be sure to do is go to the next page, because there's more information. The chapter is divided into sections, and you have to go from one section to the next until you complete the section, okay? All right, so that's the chapter. It tells you to read the chapter. This next thing you need to do is to watch these videos. Now, these videos, the woman in the video talks very fast, so you're going to want to take notes and maybe stop and start the video as you're listening to her. You can set the closed caption on it. That helps as well. But I do want to tell you that she does speak very fast. So there's a couple videos to watch, and when you're finished watching the videos and doing the assigned reading, you're going to complete a knowledge check. So you just click on this knowledge check, and there it is, and it will tell you exactly what to do. Okay, you'll start the attempt and then move forward. Okay, when you're done with that, you're going to come back to the main page, and the next thing it tells you to do is that you're going to do some readings. And this is where this book generally comes in. The readings typically are in this book. It will tell you that it's in this book because it'll say, like the first one, reading 36, nickel and dimed in down to earth sociology. So you just open this up to the contents, look for that reading, and then read it. When you finish that, you want to take the quiz. You just click on the quiz. It is a 5-minute quiz. It's multiple choice. As soon as you're done with that, you're going to respond to a discussion. I'm going to go ahead and click on that discussion. It gives you here a list of ground rules for online discussions, which you should read prior to responding. And then I have my rubric down here that tells you how I'm going to grade. So the question that was posed is right here. And what you'll want to do is come down here and just hit reply and then answer. You will do your initial post, and then you have to respond to 2 other students in order to have full credit for the discussion. Okay, when you're completed with that, you want to go back again to the main page. You can do it this way by clicking back this way until you get to it, or you can just go back to the top portion here and then find it from there. Okay, so you've done your reading, you've taken your quiz, then you respond to the discussion. Then the next thing you're going to do is read another reading, the same it's in this book, take another quiz. And then finally, you notice this reading is not in the book. It's listed right here in the shell, and you just click on it like that, and you will find the reading. You can go forward and read it. Okay, it should pop up. There it is. Then you read it. When you're done reading it, you'll come back and take the quiz. Okay, when you're complete with that, you'll move on to the next unit. And whenever you want to move from one place to the other, you can just come back up here, click on the main course. It brings you to the home page. So then you would go on to this next unit. So all of the units are set up that way. It's really important that you look at the page that refers to the lesson, because it's going to tell you what's due. Okay, if you just start clicking on these things, you don't know really necessarily what you're reading or what's covered in those items. All right, when you get to the exam is here. Generally, I have it timed because I don't want you to use your book on the exam. I want to test your knowledge, so I've set it at a time so that you can't look up the answers. So you want to be sure to study for the exam. Okay, then when you're done with that, you'll move on to the different lessons that are in Unit 2. So that's how the class works. If you have any questions, you should let me know. There's a couple ways you can reach me. One, you can come up here and send a message up here. Another way that you can reach me is go to the Columbia Gorge email and send me an email. Okay, so I look forward to working with you, and I wish you luck on the course. All right. You can get started now.